Hello everyone. Welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we are going to continue with our topic prepositions. Now, this is part 7. In our earlier session, we read preposition in and we read its various uses. In this session, what we are going to do, we are going to revise prepositions with some additional points. That is what we are doing in these sessions. Now, one preposition, many uses. So, in the last session, we read about preposition in, and I told you that there are many uses of preposition in. In can locate, or it can use to show the location of something. It can use to show the inclusion of something. It can use to with times. It can show anything that is beyond an enclosed space or some area. So within something, but the preposition that we use is called in, or in is used to show something which is inside a particular thing or a particular area. So preposition in is a versatile preposition. Now what we are going to do in this session, we are going to use, or we are going to read different uses of preposition in. It means in preposition in can be used in various sentences with various verbs that we are going to relate in this session, or we are going to read in this session. Verbs which are followed by preposition in only. It means now we have several verbs. Verbs means any action, so we are using in with it. Now there are several verbs which can be only followed by, or which can be followed by preposition in only. So in this session we are going to read several verbs which can be, you can say, which can be only related with preposition in, or which can be only followed by preposition in, and we are going to read uses or those phrases in a sentence. So basically, if we have this type of a structure, we call it prepositional phrase. But there are some times when the verb is only followed by a preposition, and that is the use, or that is the style of using that particular verb. So for example, there are several verbs. For example, if I say listen, so I always use listen to me. So with listen, I'm using the preposition to. Similarly, we have several verbs in which we can only use preposition in and not any other preposition to just show that particular thing. So in this session, we are going to read these type of verbs. So let's begin the session. Now, first of all, we have absorbed. So there is a verb that is absorbed. Now absorb means to just include everything inside, or just to, you can say, just to contain everything inside. So that is known as absorbed. Now, for example, if I have a towel and I'm absorbing water from anything, so that cloth or that towel is absorbing water inside it. So that is the basic meaning of absorbed. Now, if I have to use this verb in a sentence, I will use absorbed in the sentence. Now let us see the sentence. She was so absorbed in her work. It means she was so busy in her work. Absorbed in means busy. She was just occupied in her work, sorry, in her book, that she did not even notice when her phone rang. It means she was totally busy. She was totally absorbed in her book. It means she was just she was just reading her book concentrately, or with a great concentration, that she didn't notice even that her phone was ringing. So she was such absorbed in her book. So with absorbed, we can use preposition in this manner. Now we have a verb absorbed. It doesn't mean that every time we have to use in with the word absorbed or with the verb absorbed, because maybe possible this is a transitive verb, and if it is a transitive verb, we need not use any preposition after it. For example, the towel absorbed the water. So here absorbed the water. Sorry, the towel absorbed water, or the towel absorbed the water. So you can say absorb the water. Now water is object and absorbed is a transitive verb over there. So we are not using any preposition after it. So this is how we can use several verbs. But if I want to use in with it, this is the style by which we can use this verb with preposition in. So this is the usage of absorbed plus in. So this is absorbed plus in. Now, let us see one more sentence. The children were absorbed in their art project. Absorbed in means just busy in their art project. So, whenever we use absorbed in, it refers to when someone is very busy or involved, creating color masterpieces. So, this is how we can use absorbed in sentences. I hope you understood. Now, let us move to the next verb. Now, next verb is accomplished. Now, accomplished means when we achieve something or when we are skilled in something or when we are, you can say, talented in something. Now, if I use in with it, let us see the sentence. John is accomplished in multiple languages. It means he's skilled in multiple languages. He can speak multiple languages, or he can write multiple languages, or he can do work in multiple languages, making him an asset in the international business negotiations. So, this is how we can use accomplished in. Now, let us see the next sentence. The chef is accomplished in creating exquisite culinary creations that delight the senses. Again, the chef is accomplished in. Now, accomplished in means when someone is talented, or you can say skilled. So, one who has knowledge of doing something. So that is how we use accomplished in a sentence. Now let us move to the next one. Now blind in. So we can use a preposition in with the word blind or with the verb blind. Now if I say blind, blind is an adjective as well. For example, if I say he's blind or he's blind. Suppose if I say he is blind. Now, here this word blind is an adjective. Here it is an adjective. But here I'm talking about verb blind. So, how can we use blind as a verb, and in that case we use in with it? Now, how can we use such phrase in a sentence? Now, let us have a look over the examples. The room was completely dark. I was blind in the absence of any light source. It means because the room was dark, I was temporarily blind because I could not see anything. So, here blind in refers to could not see or cannot see at that time. So, it is maybe temporary basis, or it can be permanent also, but that depends totally on sentence. So, I was blind in the absence of light source. It means if there were a light source, I would not have been blind. I would not be blind, or I would see everything. Now, the next sentence is the driver was temporarily blind in the bright headlights of the oncoming car. You must have noticed this many times. For example, when you are going in your car and you see another car coming from the opposite side and it is coming towards you, what if the flashlight comes over to your eyes? You just lose your visibility temporarily and you are not able to see anything clearly just because of that particular shaft. So this is the situation that we can see in the sentence also, that the driver was temporarily blind in the bright headlights of the oncoming car. So this is the situation that we are reading over here. So blind in refers to when we cannot see anything for that particular time. So this is how we can use this phrase blind in a sentence. Now let us move to the next one. We have a word that is engaged. Now, engaged, it means involved in some work or involved in something or related with something. When we are related, when we are occupied, when we are you can say when we are just involved in something. So this is how we use this word engaged. Now we can use engaged in case of a verb or in as an adjective or as a past participle, but here we are using engaged as a verb with a preposition in. And here, engaged in refers to when someone is occupied in doing some work, or when someone is just busy in doing some work. For example, they were deeply engaged in a conversation about their future plans. So they were just busy in talking about their future plans. So engaged in, it means involved in. The children were engaged in a fun game of hide and seek in the backyard. It means they were just busy in playing that particular game, or they were just playing that game. So they were engaged in. It means when you are related to something and you are not doing any other thing. So you are just stuck with one thing, or you are just involved with one thing. So there we use the word engaged. Now, engagement is a noun which is used for the verb engaged, or engaged can be used as a past participle as well. Now let us move to the next one. Now, the word is honest. If a person is honest, it means he is very, you can say he does not tell a lie. Now, examples, but here, one more thing is there. We are using the word honest. Now, honest is basically an adjective. The part of a speech is adjective. Now, basically, honest is an adjective. For example, if I say he's honest, it means he doesn't tell a lie, or he has not cheated anyone, or he doesn't cheat anyone. So that person is honest. And here we are using this word honest as a verb with which is followed by preposition in. So we are going to read a phrase that is honest in. It means when someone is honest in something. It means when someone wants to do anything seriously with all his heart, or he does not want to cheat it, he just want to do that particular thing sincerely. It means when someone is sincere in doing something, that means he is honest in doing that particular thing. So let us see some sentences of it. She was always honest in her dealings with others, earning their trust and respect. She was always honest in, it means he was just sincere in her dealings with others, earning their trust and respect. It means she earns everyone's heart, everyone's trust, just because of her honest and sincere dealings. Now, he remained honest in his assessment of the situation even when it was difficult to do so. So, he was just honest, and it means he was sincere in doing that particular thing or in that particular situation, even when it was difficult to do. So, even after that, he was honest, and it means he was just stuck to his work sincerely. Now, let us move to the next one. Now, lame. Lame refers to a situation when someone does not walk properly, or if somebody lames, it means he cannot walk properly, he can only walk on his one leg, or that. So that verb is known as lame. Now again, this lame can be an adjective, and here if I'm using in with it, it can be used as a as a verb as well. After spraining her ankle, she was lame in her right foot. Lame in her right foot, it means she got injured, or she got injury in her right foot. Now, spreading refers to a situation when your um, leg or any part which is being sprained or which has been sprained. It means that part um, gets a lot of pain is there, maybe swelling is there in the leg. For example, if someone's foot is sprained, so his foot will be you can say bulged out, or it will be swelled, and he will be having a lot of pain in his foot. There is a situation called spraining. So, and could not walk without crutches. Now crutches are actually the sticks which a person carries under arms, just to for walking. So you must have seen a person who is lame, he generally uses crutches. So the old horse was lame in his hind legs, making it difficult for it to move around the pasture. Now, pasture is an area which contains grass, or is a ground which contains grass. So that a particular area, or that particular garden, or you can say ground, is known as pasture. Now, what are hind legs. Hind legs, basically, you must have seen a quadruped. It means if you see a horse. Now, a human being has two legs only, but if you have seen a horse, a cat, or a dog, they have four legs. And the front legs, they are known as forelegs, and forelegs, front legs. And the behind or the back legs, these are known as hind legs. So, hind legs refers to, now if I say the old horse was lame in his hind legs, it means hind legs means the back legs, making it difficult for it to move around the pasture. It means he was facing difficulty in moving in that pasture. Now let us move to the next one. Another word is polite. So again, this polite is an adjective, but we can use it as a verb as well, using in as a preposition. He was always polite in his interactions with customers, providing excellent service at the restaurant. So he was always polite in. It means he was always, you can say, sincere in, or you can say polite in. It means when someone talks in a kind manner. So he was polite in. It means he was kind in doing that particular thing. Even in his stressful situations, she remained polite. Now, here it is behaving like an adjective. Polite means kind. So, in her responses to maintain a professional demeanor. Now, what happens? It is not actually that we are using these as verbs, but these can be used as adjective as well. But the same thing is there, that whatever the part of a speech it is just followed by preposition in, whether it is verb, whether it is an adjective, or it can be used in any manner, whether the basic word of it is an adjective or is a verb. In any kind of part of a speech it is. But here the most important thing, that we are using preposition in with it. And how we are using it, this is how we can use this particular phrase in a sentence. So I hope you got all this. Now let us move to the next one. We have a word that is worst. Worst means skilled. So whenever one is skilled in doing something, that person is known as worst. It means he's talented. Now she's versed in multiple foreign languages. It means she knows many multiple languages, or she knows many languages, making her an excellent candidate for international business. So this quality of of her being versed makes her excellent candidate for international business. Now, another sentence: she's well versed in the history of art, with a deep knowledge of different art movements and artists. So she's well versed in that. So this is how we can use this versed in a sentence, with, by using preposition in with it. Now let us move to the next one. Interested. Now whenever I have an interest in something, I have interest in something, so it means I want to do that particular thing. So if I use interested in, it means someone is in you can say interested in doing that particular thing. He wants to do that particular thing, so he likes to do that particular thing. So they are interested in adopting a rescue dog to give a loving home to a shelter animal. So they just are interested in, it means they show their desire. They show their desire, or they showed their desire. So in adopting a rescue dog. So this is how we can use this. So this is desire. Now the next sentence is: she's interested in volunteering at the local food bank to help those in need. So she wants to volunteer at the local food bank to help those in need. Interested in, for example, he is interested in this job. He is interested in this job. So this is how we can use this word in this manner as well. Interested in this job. So we can also use this word like this. Now let us move to the next one. We have a word involved. Again, involved plus n. It means when someone is engaged or busy in doing something. He is actively involved in several environmental conservation initiatives in his area. So he was involved in, it means he is the member of that particular society, or member of that particular organization or that particular group that takes initiative or conservation initiatives in their area. Now he was involved in a car accident. It means he was also the part of that particular thing, or the part of that particular accident. um, it is part, so we can also make it slash. So he was involved in a car accident, but fortunately escaped with only minor injuries. That he was just saved because he got only minor injuries, though he was also the part of that accident. It means he was also there who was the victim of that accident. Now let us move to the next one. Implicated. Now implicated, it means when you are involved in some crime, or when you do something unpleasant, basically a crime. So if we use implicated in, what is the use of this phrase in a sentence? Let us discuss. Let us see the first sentence. He was implicated in a bribery scandal that tarnished his reputation. Tarnished means just destroyed his reputation. He was afraid of being implicated in the illegal drug trade and decided to cooperate with the authorities. So, implicated in means to be involved in, to be engaged in doing that particular thing, which is unpleasant, which is actually a crime. So, that is implicated in. And these are the sentences that show how to use this phrase in the sentence. Now, let us move to the next one. We have another word that is correct. Now, whenever we use correct and how to use such phrase, let us see in the sentence. Please make sure your answers are correct in the maths quiz. So, make sure for what? That your answers are correct in. So, we can use correct in like this. He was correct in identifying the rare bird species during the bird watching expedition. Now, expedition refers to quickly glancing over something. So he was correct in identifying. It means he was true in identifying, or he was, you can say uh, he was just right thing for that, or you can say that he was the right person to do that particular thing. So he was correct in identifying the rare bird species during the bird watching expedition, or any type of exhibition or execution like this. So let us move to the next one. Experienced. Now when someone is experienced in doing something, now let us see the sentence. He is experienced in handling customer complaints and resolving them efficiently. So this is experienced in. The doctor is highly experienced in diagnosing and treating rare medical conditions. So experienced in. It means he is experienced in doing that particular thing. So here we can use the preposition in after experienced. We cannot say that experienced for customer or experienced of customer handling. No, experienced in is the right use of this particular phrase, or in is the right preposition to be used with word experienced. Now let us move to the next one. We have another word that is ability. So we can use ability in. So when we have skills in doing something. Now let us see the engineer's ability in designing. So we are talking about his ability in doing what? In designing. So we are using ability in. Efficient systems has greatly improved the company's operations. The artist's ability in capturing the essence of landscapes in her paintings is truly breathtaking. So, ability in means his skills in doing that particular thing. Now, let us move to the next one. Belief or trust. So, with belief or with trust, we can also use preposition in. How? Her belief in the power of education inspired her to become a teacher. Also, if I say her belief in God, so this is how we can use belief in. If I say I believe in you, so I have trust in you. Trust in your abilities and you can achieve your goals. It means if you have trust in your abilities. So It means if you are able to trust your abilities, that you are confident of doing that particular thing, you believe in yourself, so there you are using trust in your abilities. So now let us move to the next one. Decline. Now decline means to refuse something, but if I say decline in, so decline here means to go low, to decrease, to decrease something. So the decline in oil prices, it means the decrease in oil prices had a positive impact on consumer spending. So when the consumers see that the prices of petrol, of oil prices are declining, or they just are decreasing, they had a positive impact. The decline in the stock markets has made investors nervous about their portfolios. So decline here refers to decrease in something. Now let us move to the next one. Increase. Now decline is decrease, and increase means to when something, you can say, grows, or when something expands. That is how we use word increase, and we can use in. So increase in means when something goes positively or plus. So when something grows, that is increase in. Now, there has been a significant increase in the number of COVID 19 cases in the past week. It means in the past week, we can see that COVID 19 cases are growing, or are expanding, or are increasing day by day. The company announced an increase in its annual dividend to shareholders. So, increase means additional or adding. Now, let us move to the next one. Doubt. Now, whenever we have doubt in something, it means we do not, you can say, do not trust it. We are not sure of that particular thing. We are not, you can say, we cannot be sure that yes, whatever the person is saying is actually correct or not. We just suspect it. Now, let us see the usage of down in a sentence. There is no doubt in my mind that she will succeed in her endeavors. It means if she presents her efforts, if she makes her, um, if she tries hard, so I have no doubt. It means I'm just confirmed. So doubt in my mind. This is how we can use doubt in. She expressed her doubt in the accuracy of the survey results due to the small sample size. Now, if I say she expressed her doubt in, so here we can use doubt in. But if I say she doubts in the accuracy, so she doubts the accuracy, there I can only write doubts the accuracy. I need not write in over there, because I'm using doubts as a verb over there, which is transitive verb. Now let us move to the next one. Now this will be the last one, that is proficient. So proficient again means when we are skilled in doing something. To become proficient in a foreign language, consistent practice and immersion are essential. So this is how we can be proficient in, it means skilled, or we can practice it more and more, or proficient means perfect. Now let us move to the next one. He became proficient in graphic design through years of dedicated practice and study. So this is how we can use the phrase proficient in. Now, there is no matter of using this in only with the verb. It can be used with adjective, or it can make the word adjective by just adding preposition in, or it can make the word a verb as well by just adding preposition into it. So I hope you got all these points, all these sentences very well, and this is how we use preposition in our sentences. Thank you very much.